everybody, my name is Cheryl. Welcome back to Mer Pirate Makes. Today I'm going to talk about, kind of catch you up on what I've sewn and also talk about my plans for the year, my Make 9. I'm going to try it again. Make 9 last year went really badly, so I'll link the video below where I talk about that. That video is the last time I even thought about Make 9. It's just really hectic into the year, and I've been kind of down on myself about it, but it's fine. We're just going to move on. I think last year, I mentioned it in the video too, I just had too many like brand new hobbies basically that needed a lot of equipment, and I was never able to get those. So this year I've really changed my strategy for Make 9. So first, let's talk about what I've been up to sewing, what I failed at, and then we'll get to my plans. So first things first, I did finish those aprons. I'll put a picture of the pattern. They're not what I was expecting. The skirt portion is huge. Yeah, it's just way bigger than I thought it would be. I should have been clued in when I didn't have the right width of fabric to make an apron. Hello. They're fine. They're aprons. They work. If you want a pattern review, let me know. I have made 5 aprons out of this pattern. But, you know, they're aprons. So there's mine with the turtles, and here's my husband's. He doesn't mind that it's basically a dress. He uses it anyways. He's such a trooper. Okay, so the next thing that I did finish last year is this corset top. I think I will do a full review, but I'm not sure if I should sew a second thing out of the book. Let me know if you want me to make up a second thing out of the book and then do a review of the book, or if you just want me to do a review of the sort of corset top. I'm happy to do either one. This is the most frustrating thing I've ever made, I think, in my life. And I haven't worn it yet. The weather hasn't been quite right. And also, I'm not sure if I want to wear it. So, yeah. This is just a quick catch-up, okay? And then the last thing that I actually finished last year, which you can see that I did not have a productive end of the year, is this Halloween top. This was a romper. It's really cute, but I never wore the romper. And you can see that it's like pretty thick fleece on the inside. It's super warm. So as a romper, I got overheated like instantly. So what I did is I cut off the shorts, and I cut the hem crooked. So I cut it again crooked. And the hem just kept getting shorter and shorter and shorter. So the solution I decided to do was a lettuce hem. I did on my serger. I think it turned out pretty cute. It could be lettuceier. I did the sleeves as well. It's just a little lettuce hem top with a cute V-neck. So it'll look, I haven't worn this yet because I don't have a good bra. And this needs a better bra than what I have. So I'm actually happy with what I got done. I think that it's more than I kind of anticipated once the year started kind of going south for me. So I'm happy with those. The things that I felt. I had this really oversized brown corduroy dress that I was cutting down to be a skirt and then hopefully a cropped top to go with it. And I traced out an existing skirt over the top, and then I cut it and I didn't add seam allowance. And so that was that. It's ruined. I didn't have enough to like make it. I wasn't cutting it down that much, so I didn't have anything extra fabric to make like side panels or something fun like that. So that was a complete failure. Okay, so you're all cut up with last year. I didn't do much, but I'm happy with what I did get done. So let's look forward. What is my Make 9 going to be for 2026? This year, I've decided to take a very different approach, and I've decided to pick Make 9 all fabric for my stash, and majority of projects I already have like the pattern for, or like the notions. Like I need to have, I would say 80% of what I need for the project for it to make it on my Make 9, with one exception. So let's go through it. These are not in any particular order. I have them all stacked behind me, and I'm just going to grab and go. Swimsuit. This is to make a coordinating top and hopefully bottom with some fabric that a swimsuit, some swimsuit pieces that I already own, some ready to wear. So this one I really want to use as mock-up fabric for those patterns. I'll show you, I'll put the patterns here. Yeah, and it's starting to warm up. We're still in winter, they say, but it feels like spring. So I'm getting excited about swimming again. And I think that this will be fun. And of my swimsuit fabrics that I bought last year, this one's actually my favorite, even though I barely have any of it. They just sent me the offcuts because that's the one I ordered, but they didn't actually have what I ordered in stock. I think I wanted a yard. Like 7 years ago, my husband and I went to Japan. One of my best friends lives over there and we stayed with her. And while we were there, one of the things I did, of course, was go to a craft store, and I bought this kit to make a little pouch. My Japanese is okay. Between my Japanese and Google Translate, I'm sure that I can work out the directions. But this kit came with everything you need. It came with a cut of fabric. I got the little twin stars. They're my favorite Sanrio characters. It's super cute. And then it came with the clips. And it even came with thread, Gutermann thread. How cute is that? And in case you're wondering, let me show you. The pouch would look something like this. So the clips let you clip it on to your clothes or inside of another bag or whatever if you don't have pockets. And then this one's got a Velcro and 2 pockets. This is my laundry bag. I basically put my quarters and my dryer sheets in here on days when I don't have pockets in my clothes, which is a lot more than you think. So yeah, like I said, I got this kit, almost 10 years ago. So it's time to sew it up. So this is one project where I know I have everything I need. There's no excuses for not sewing it. There's been no excuses for having not sewn it for the past, 6, 7 years. This Pikachu fabric is supposed to be a shirt for my husband. I'm putting it on my Make 9. It's also my fabric roulette, my last fabric roulette. So it'll double dip for challenges. I'm not going to reset my fabric roulette or my So Lucky jar. I'm just going to keep using them until I used up what I put in there last year. And I'll put the pattern I plan to use here. It's a free pattern from Mood Fabric. Next, this fabric that I thrifted last year or 2 years ago, and I love it so much. It's super drapey. Originally, I had planned to make culotte shorts and a tank top, but I think I'm not going to do that. I think I want to make one of these 2 dresses. I just think with the drape, it'll be really pretty as a dress. I don't remember how many yards this is. I'll look it up and put it here. But I'll make whichever dress I have the yardage for, just to use up as much of the fabric as possible. I think that this is a lot of yardage, but I think it's not. I think it's only like 3, which should be enough to make a dress. But yeah, that's kind of my plan for this one. Mostly because this is my favorite fabric and it's in danger of becoming precious fabric. That fabric you just look at and never use, and I want to wear it, so that's why that one's on my Make 9 this year. Next is this fabric. You'll have just seen it in my last video, and this is my exception. I don't have a pattern for this. Again, I'll put it here. I'm looking for this style of dress to make a Clueless inspired outfit, and if you have recommendations, I really just don't want it to have a waist seam, and I need it to have a narrow skirt section. But if you have recommendations, I would really appreciate it. And this fabric, I also don't want to become precious fabric, and I think that it will if I don't actively try to make that up. So that's my exception to the having 80% of the project. Okay, so next up on my Make 9, this one's also double dipping in challenges. This is the Cayla bag. I'll put the image here. The image has a different name from what the pattern is called on the website, but I'll link this down below. I cut this out last year, but I never sewed it. It's this really cute Rilakuma fabric, also from that trip to Japan. And yeah, I really want to make this up. It's supposed to be a little bag for when I'm walking Darwin And this is also going to be this year's entry into the Black History Month Pattern Designers Challenge that Natita over on So Natural Day runs each year. You can prep your stuff, you just can't sew before February, and it is about halfway through February. So I think that it's still doable to enter this into that challenge. And this is going to be my next project. I'm actually going to drop everything else and just sew this next. Okay, so next thing on my Make 9 is to modify these and then to use the scraps. I have scraps of this fabric left over with more of this to make a sports bra. And I'm going to use Simplicity 8561 as my guide, specifically this one. You can see how the inner fabric is different than the outer fabric. So the outer fabric will be the scales and the inner fabric will be the teal. And then hopefully it won't sound disgusting when I walk around. So that's number 8, I think. So last but not least, we have the Black Beauty Bra. I bought the kit last year. It's View A with the fold over elastic. It's in this really pretty aqua teal fabric with pink findings. It's going to be so pretty. I'm really excited about it. The only thing that I need for this project is a walking foot. My sewing machine, if you followed last year, has developed chronic issues, and one of the things is that the feed dogs get stuck quite often, and I'm hoping that a walking foot will really help that. There's not a shop around that I trust to take it to. They're both owned by the same people, and they're the ones that didn't fix it all the way last time. I contributed to that. I definitely, am part of the problem with what's wrong with my machine. But to be fair, this was the issue that it started with that got me tinkering around inside in the first place. So not only did they not fix it, but they didn't fix it. Okay, so, and I can't afford a new machine. So this is the machine. I don't know if you can see. She's over here. Viking Emerald 116. I basically love it. I mean, I've been sewing the jacket from my Sew Lucky jar last year, and it's going through like 6 layers of quilt like it's nothing. So I love the machine. I want to make it work, but I think that a walking foot is going to be needed if I'm going to be doing these tiny little things for making the bra. So that's what I'm waiting for. I'm hoping I get one for my birthday. It's what I asked for my birthday. So we'll see if I get that. And as soon as I have that, I will make that bra. So that's it. That's my Make 9. I know it's already February, so I've lost some time. But if I do one a month, I think that I'll be really happy, and it'll be more than I sewed last year. Yeah, let me know what you think. Let me know what your Make 9 plans are. And please let me know if you have pattern ideas for this fabric. That's going to be it for me, and I will see you next time. As I'm sure you could tell by my clothes, I filmed 2 videos in a row, and now I need to clean up this absolute mess that I've made. So I hope you appreciate that. And there's Miss Darwin sleeping. So cute. Okay, bye.